And they know this. They have the metadata. They know how many percentage of the players have 2 or 3 teams built. So the third limited S rank support could be, hey y'all, I want to talk to you guys about 2.1 Yuzuha and Alice. I've been getting a lot of questions about them, so I thought why not make a video. So today we're going to take a wider look and we'll do a pool value prediction for both of them. And I'm going to wrap the video up with what I plan to do with them on 3 of my accounts. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be fun. Before we get right in there, I'm going to be doing an Ishwin and Astra giveaway this Sunday morning, Saturday night for Americans. That should be a lot of fun, a way to give back to the community for always hitting the like button. Always appreciate you guys. So as nerds, it's pretty obvious what's going on in 2.1. Yuzua, drip marketed as physical supporter. Alice, a day later, physical anomaly. Those two are pals. They were paired together in the first ever 2.0 teaser. They're part of the same squad. So this kind of reminds me of like the early 1.x days. They were doing a bunch of anomalies back to back. I feel like for 2.1Ks, these two, they're going to have some synergy. So I'm guessing that Yuzua is going to be an anomaly supporter. Now, anomaly support is, of course, a little more niche than a generalist support like Astra. Without even knowing the math or the details, this has both pros and cons. Pro is that Astra can be freed. For all y'all veterans, let's say this is how our account looks. For half a year, we've been doing this. Forgive me for saying this, Astra, but we wanted to split her into pieces. We've been wanting her in every freaking team, man. The second good thing about Yuzua is that the anomaly team is going to finally... I mean, they've been cooking, but they're going to cook even harder. Now, when I zoom the hell out, and I've been thinking about this while washing my balls in the shower, the only con that I can think of without going deep into her kit, the con is more towards newer players or smaller roster players. But I think Hoyo knows this. I think these devs can tweak it so that Yuzua can be catered to the newer players. We'll talk about that later. She might not have as much horizontal value. Horizontal meaning may not be able to fit into as many meta-relevant teams currently. For veterans, Yuzua being not as horizontal as Astra is not a big problem. Not a problem at all. For veterans that play for a while and have pulled horizontally, they have many agents. When I do account reviews, some of you guys have like almost all the agents. Let me know down below in chat, like, do you run one anomaly team or do you even have like 2 anomaly teams? Maybe you guys even stretch it to 3 because you love anomaly. For me, out of the 3 teams, I definitely run 1 anomaly team. So Yuzua being dedicated towards that team and not being able to hit everybody, but I do think she may be, which we'll talk about later. Like I said, Hoyo knows this, right? Having Yuzua be dedicated to that team, glued to that team, I don't see that as a big of a deal. I actually welcome it. Vivian is already very good. I've been saying this since day 0. I've proven it at M0 and all the way to M6. I'm very curious to test if Yuzua is going to bring Vivian up even higher than where she is. If Yuzua is going to be an anomaly supporter, it's pretty easy to predict, right? In order to scale anomaly agents, she's going to give probably attack and she's probably going to give AP, anomaly proficiency. And if she also gives more build-up rate, that's going to be insane. On top of that, if she gives higher proc damage like disorder, holy, in the current meta, Bernice she needs fuel. Kind of ironic, but yeah. So if Yuzua also give energy, remember I've been saying this for months now, since 1.6. What if they release a supporter that helps with energy? So if Yuzua does that as well and does everything else I just said, like give attack, AP, give better build-up rate as well as higher disorders. She also gives energy, but maybe we lose the constant quick assist, precise assist coming from Astra. Interesting. Speaking of quick assist, supporters have quick assist coming from their X special as well as their ultimate. What I'm interested to know is if Yuzua can generate a lot of QA procs, more than the supporters that we have now that's not Astra, and hopefully that Yuzua can use Astral Voice. I don't think her signature Wenjin should deter you from Yuzua, especially those that really love the anomaly gameplay in ZZZ. The reason why I mentioned Wenjin is because a lot of people are starting to prepare their polychromes from the 2.0 permanent content as well as the events. So they've been preparing for Yuzua, but I don't know if they will have enough for her Wenjin as well. And as we talked about in previous videos, I don't think 2.1 is going to give us as many polychromes. For those that are waiting for Yuzua and for those that are always asking me about Yuzua, I just want to say this. She doesn't need to be the best. She just needs to be a close second. What I'm trying to say is she doesn't need to beat Astra to be pull worthy. Now, things may change in the future, but in 1.x, we got only one S-rank limited supporter. Maybe Hoyo has plans to release more in 2.x, but from what we know and looking at ZZZ history, limited S-rank supporters are super rare. And they know this. They have the metadata. They know how many percentage of the players have 2 or 3 teams built. So the third limited S-rank support could be, according to the data, anytime soon. Or it could be 3.x, who knows? So I know a lot of players are not taking chances and they're trying to grab Yuzua. And remember I mentioned new players? In the starter guide video, I recommended Astra and Yuzuha. While new players may not have anomaly agents just yet, once they finish their first team of Yuzuha and Astra, by the time they start working on a second team, they could think about starting like an anomaly team. And I feel like Yuzua, I think that she will still be pretty general, as long as she gives like an attack buff. And if she has any like plus damage, then I think that she has enough to be pretty universal or general enough for new players. And I'm gonna guess that Hoyo is going to make Yuzua a little bit better than them to be pull worthy. So with everything that I just said, for me, I'm gonna predict that her horizontal pull value is going to be around like this range right here. And for her vertical pull value, in my case, we're gonna skip that. And for her role being an anomaly support, well, there is no other anomaly support. So she's gonna own that role, and because her role is niche, I think that her longevity in the pull value is gonna range pretty high. If she can raise the bar for some of these anomaly agents, oh man, it's gonna be interesting, man. As for Alice, like I don't need to know whether she is crit anomaly or regular anomaly. All I know is this. We know from taking a stroll down ZZZ history lane, no on-field anomaly is on par with Miyabi. So it's either option 1, Alice is below Miyabi, which is like everybody else, or number 2, maybe she can be Miyabi level. Chance of that is pretty low because ZZZ devs have been treading carefully not to overdo it and surpass Miyabi. That line, that threshold Miyabi has, they have not surpassed it yet. So what are the chances that Alice surpasses Miyabi? Even lower, right? Let's just say that Alice damage is equal to Miyabi somehow. But Miyabi still has insane toolkit, like her iframes, as well as her mobility, as well as her AoE. Why compare to Miyabi? But because if she's not as good of a pull value as Miyabi, why pull Alice? And of course, we are not talking about people that pull for waifus. I want to pull Alice because your ear smells nice. Okay, so if Alice is anything below Miyabi, those that started in 2.0 or those that did not get Miyabi, they'll wait for her rerun instead. As for Alice's horizontal pull value, it will be a bit lower than Miyabi, but still decently high if she can pair well with other anomaly or off-field anomaly, or hopefully stunners as well. The big wall that I predict for her is going to be Alice's role. On-field anomaly with a little slight spin from the ZZZ devs. We've got plenty of those. And right now with another powerful agent like Yuzuha out, there are plenty of on-field damage dealers. Alice's horizontal value is going to be definitely better than Sambi, but damage department is crowded. Alice has to be super strong or bring something special. Even though she's like the main damage dealer, she brings a little bit of like team-wide utility. Now, ZZZ devs, they know that they don't need to make everything busted. Devs don't need to reinvent the wheel too much. This game has grown because people have real attachments to these in-game agents. Maybe they want to release repackaged modern versions of previous archetype. Like for example, let's say they just copy pasted Yanagi entire toolkit and her design 1-to-1, but in 2.1, and they just call it Fanagi. ZZ devs already have that fan base where they like a certain looking character like Yanagi playing the way that she does. They can't just copy paste Yanagi into Fanagi in 2.1 or 2.2, whatever down the road to reach a bigger and wider audience. What I'm trying to say is that the devs don't need to reinvent the wheel too much. They can repackage an existing archetype with a completely new character model and it will have an audience. For example, Miyabi in terms of looks and personality isn't for 10 out of 10 people. So Hoyo could be trying to target those that were interested in Miyabi's gameplay, but we're not sure about her looks or personality. Like for example, I love Yanagi's gameplay, but I wish instead of putting that gameplay on an office lady with glasses, I wish that gameplay was on a little furry. Now, with that said, for those meta chasers, for those that care about pull value, what are you going to do? As for me, on my new account that I started in 2.0 as free to play, these are my choices. I'm going to definitely get Yuzua. And as for Alice, I will have to unfortunately skip her and wait for Lord Miyabi. I need my Miyabi. I need her to delete stuff. I'm playing 3 accounts right now and 8 different games. I need to go fast. As for my M0 account, where I do not ever go above M0, I will definitely get Yuzuha. As for Alice, I want to see how good she is in day-to-day content, whether she has any synergistic value. Also, most importantly, is she fun? Funny enough, on my M6 account, I feel like I don't even care about meta in this account. I just pull everybody because they're cute. All right, guys, let me know down below if you are Team Yuzua or Team Alice or Team Miyabi or Team Skip for life. Let me know down below what your decisions are. I'm always interested to know. I always bug my Discord members what their poll plans are. So let me know down below. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.